Welcome to Inspiring Hope with Lois Hermann, a podcast that explores protection, healing, and personal empowerment through meaningful conversations and real-life stories. If you're sensitive, intuitive, or seeking clarity in this busy world, you've come to the right place.
We're back with Lois Hermann. Excited to have her here, and sadly to hear it's maybe her last show. We never say never. We never say goodbye, but it's been such a
Exactly.
pleasure, and today will be again. She's our metaphysical hypnotist, founder, Energy Clearing and Alignment Academy of Light, also an author, host, you name it, she does it. And we're joined by her today again to talk more about personal empowerment from protection and healing to sovereignty. So again, today's conversation is really going to bring this whole GBN series full circle, right, Lois?
That's right. Well, we always start
We've
with
explored so
protection.
much together, my goodness,
Yeah.
from protection, healing, energy, children, sacred space, spiritual responsibility. And today's final topic focuses on this personal empowerment and what that really means to become sovereign, live with truth and discernment, and enjoy being who we truly are. So thanks. Say hello to everyone today.
Hello, everyone, and I'm glad to be here. It's been a fabulous journey, so thank you, Jill. You're such a delightful host, and this journey has caused me to start doing my own podcasting, and I'm going to miss you as the host because I will now take on role of host, which I have done for many years in my Inspiring Hope show. So thank you, and we'll see you again. I know we will.
Absolutely. Well, it does feel fitting then, right? For this to be the personal empowerment segment, because you often say protection first, healing
Right,
next, and
right.
empowerment always. So, why
Yes.
does empowerment really feel like the natural culmination of this journey, Lois?
Because you're stepping into who you really are. And most of us, especially the light workers, the healers, the truth seekers, are people pleasers. We're out there trying to get accolades or help everybody else at our expense. When we become sovereign, empowered people, we recognize that it's our natural instinct is to be kind. However, kindness has to start with self first. We have to take care of and nurture self. So protecting from those that would drain, would interfere with our energy. And then we have to heal through, most of us have been through some sort of trauma drama in our life. And we have to go through the process of healing those wounds, those memories, those things that sadden and sabotage our sovereignty. And once we go through that, then we step into our authentic self, where we wish no harm, especially for ourselves. And that's a different feeling as we become empowered. We've been taught oftentimes to be, don't do that, it's selfish. So we've been raised to be less selfish. And what empowerment is, it's more self-aware. And is this good for me? Is this good for my spirit, my soul, my energy? So that if I am sovereign and strong in my energy, I can be of better service to other people. Because when my energy dips because someone else has been draining it, oftentimes because I've let them, then I'm not as efficient or present for other people, right?
Very true.
As a young mother of, you've got
Oh,
two boys, right?
yeah, two boys.
You've
Yep,
got
two
two boys.
boys, 9 and
Good.
11. Yeah.
And you know, with young teens, I mean, even the 9-year-old is going to consider himself a teenager, but they're going to drain your energy if you let them. You have to teach them boundaries. You have to teach them to be those wonderful male energies that they are. And there's time when you, as mama bear, needs to step back and regroup and take care of mama, right?
You are reading me correctly today.
Mhm.
Trouble with this. I have trouble with pulling back and letting them be, but I'm on top of them too much. I know I am, and we've been struggling with some situations in the home. So interesting for you to point out, and thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, because and there's a whole saying, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Well, mama needs to take the steps to make herself happy because it's not going to come from hubby or the children. They don't get it most of the time. What
No.
we have to do is put that oxygen mask on self and make sure that we are strong, empowered, and capable of just being the best we can be. And if that means pushing pause, saying not right now, and giving yourself permission to take care of self. That's an important lesson to teach our youth.
So true. Well, you mentioned protection really creates safety, healing clears old wounds and patterns, and empowerment really allows us to be who we fully are. And we're going to talk a little bit about why sovereignty is such an important part of empowerment, right?
Exactly, because being a people pleaser or someone who is always sacrificing self to help the greater good, we oftentimes lose ourselves along the way. So what we do is we have to find out what gives us joy, what gives us strength, what helps us to stay in a state of positive energy and therefore be our sovereign empowered self. We oftentimes give ourselves away to try and fit in or try and make sure everybody's happy.
I know we always do that way too much.
People are
For
going
sure.
through their stuff. And as they go through their stuff, they have to learn how to balance their own energy because we can't just take it all in. I know a lot of people who are empaths and they just want to take it all on. And you can't. That's not fair to that person. That person has to work through their own stuff and stand in their own strength. It's finding that strength within, connected with the divine guides helping us along the way. But as we are taking responsibility for our own energy, our own words, our own actions and relationships, and boundaries, setting boundaries to protect our own sovereign self. It's really critical.
How do we do that? We got to step back, try not to take control of everything. That's a hard thing. I'm trying.
Well, it empowers them to make choices
Yeah.
and to take control of things. And I have a fun story. There was once upon a, I love to dance. It's one of my fun things.
Aw.
And I was learning Argentine tango. And I was in Argentine tango, it's the leg kicks and the flips and all that.
Yeah.
And I was really thrilled because I was invited to dance by this very dashing, amazing dancer. And in the middle of the dance, you stop and you pause for a second and you have this little conversation. And he said, "You must be a very important businesswoman." And at the time, I was director of clinical services, responsible for 150 professional staff. I mean, I was. And I said, "Oh my, how did you know?" And he said, "You have a very hard time letting go." So in Argentine, you have to let go in order to flow with your partner. But it taught me that there are times when I have to take control, and there are times when I have to let go and let someone else take control. And that's equally telling when you have a trusted partner, or if you empower someone else. You know what? I'm going to let you be responsible for dinners every Tuesday. It's your turn to make dinner. You have to research what to purchase, how to cook. You've got to research a recipe or something like that. But instead of feeling like Mama Bear has to do everything, empower them to take control, letting go. And even if they burn whatever,
Yeah.
they're learning lessons. So it is about letting go of being in control, and it empowers them to be in control so that they can learn how to do things for themselves in life.
Beautiful. Easier said than done. All right. But
It
we are,
is.
I know. So we're talking about sovereignty here, an
Right.
important part of empowerment. And if you are just tuning in, Lois Hermann, it's her last show. But it's been such a pleasure and so insightful to get to work with you and to speak with you. And I hope everyone does reach out and enjoys the benefits of working with someone like yourself, because you mentioned also in being an empath, and you're an empath as well. So how do you shut those things down?
Empaths are very, very sensitive people, and they pick up on everything going on around them. And when you start picking up on someone else's energy, you have to discern, is this mine? Does
Yeah.
this really belong to me? And then you have to push it away and say, this is theirs. It's not up to me to carry it for them. I can send love and light, but if I take on their issues, then how are they going to learn their lessons? If you're always carrying stuff for other people, how are they going to learn? They have to learn. And it's hard to sit on our thumbs and not jump in there and take on things for other people. So empaths tend to be hypersensitive to those around them. And this is where you and I have talked before about going out in nature, getting away from people. because people can be energy drainers. So going out and sitting under a tree, talking to a tree, touching a tree. I was just, oh my gosh, I was just in England this week, and we were at the grounds of this beautiful palace.
What palace? Just curious.
Blenheim Palace, and there was this beautiful tree. And I said to my friends, I said, watch what happens. You can stand near the branch of a tree and you can say, could you touch me? And you're standing there, and all of a sudden the tree will reach down and caress you. It's amazing. And it's not the wind blowing it, it will reach down and touch you. So touching a tree, going out and planting with your hands in the dirt of the flowers, just reconnecting with earth is a wonderful way to shift that energy that we pick up. And so we are consciously escaping into earth, into Mother Earth's energy. Us empaths need to recalibrate because the vibrational frequency, the Schumann resonance, that heartbeat of Mother Earth is tied in and tuned into our human heartbeat. So when we go out and are really connected with Earth, it's a wonderful way to do a recalibration, a reset of our energy, because humans are the ones that we have friends that are very uplifting, and we also have friends that are very draining. So you've got to balance.
And family members, let's be honest.
And family members, big time family members. They're usually the most draining. But you can set boundaries. It's about discernment and boundary setting. And not right now is my favorite saying. Not right now. Let me think about it, and I'll get back to you. Let me think about it.
In such a time where we want immediate gratification, immediate answers, you can take that time to pause, right?
Push pause. Exactly. Yeah. And it's a wonderful tool because it keeps you from the confrontation of no. If you just say no, then you're going to lock loggerheads, lock horns. But if you say, not right now, let Mama think about it. Let me think about it. Let's think about alternatives right now. Let's just push pause. It's a softer, gentler way of pushing away from a challenging situation, right? Or from overstretching or overindulging, pushing pause.
Well, still so much more to talk about. Where did you want to head to next?
Well, what questions do you have? You've been with me all this time. What specific questions do you have?
Well, I just find it's not a question, it's just a theory, it's a thought. Speaking of intuition and all, but it's like, I think there's a lot of times, and I hope everyone out there can understand this. You feel something, you sense something, like you kind of like know, or I think we all have that intuition in a sense, but not all the time do we follow that. Why? I think there's a lot to be said for that because we should listen more to our own intuition. And a lot of time I end up kicking myself in the butt because I knew I shouldn't have, or I knew I should have and then didn't. But it does happen a lot with me. And I think a lot of people, right?
You're exactly right. And that's one of our lessons, is to trust ourselves. We tend to put our trust in external things. That's part of being sovereign, is trusting your own intuition. If my gut is telling me something, that is a monitor for me. My gut's telling me something, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to honor that self that's giving me that intuition. So many people don't. They override it. They ask everybody else for their opinion, but you're overriding your own intuition. And the more you trust and honor your own intuition, the sharper and more honed it becomes. And you're right. People need to start paying attention to that still small voice, that the heart mind. So instead of being in your mind, coming down, you can even put your hand on your heart and sit there and say, what do I really need? What is good for me? It's really important. Your heart and your belly, your solar plexus is another place of monitoring your gut feeling, right? You've got your head. Many of us are up in our head all the time, logically thinking things through, and we need that. That's okay. But the heart is our emotion. We feel through it. But the gut will tell you, yeah, that makes me sick to my stomach. No, don't do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of like when it comes to negative energy and negative people, right? You kind of feel it. It's like intuition. Don't get too close. But we sometimes get sucked into that. So we got to try to keep a healthy distance from people that might suck that beautiful life and spirit out of us.
Yes.
And I know you mentioned energy protection, and how can we practice that? Because some of us may be like, oh, but I have to go, or I have to talk to that person. Like, Give us an example of protecting our own energy. What are some of the things we should do if we do notice something feeling not so right about someone or something?
You put your bubble up. I call it bubble up. Just put a bubble of light around you, like a shiny reflective coating around you, like a
Ah,
big, beautiful pink bubble. And what's very interesting is when you are glowing and you are in your authentic self, those that are negative energy, we will avoid you. They don't want to be in your light. So the more you glow with protection, the bubble around you, you can glow. They will get annoyed by you. It's very interesting. You'll see you're touching their buttons. And so the more you can be happy and come from a place of joy and contentment, the more they want you to be angry with them or sad or angry, whatever their emotion is, their negative emotion. And when you can see it and kind of push it away, keep your bubble around you, then you'll notice that they will ultimately pull more and more and more away from you. And that's okay because they have to learn lessons. And someday, maybe once they've learned lessons, they might come back and maybe not. But the key is you've got to protect yourself and your energy. And do this for your children too. Teach them. Children oftentimes know intuitively, they know, but they get overridden by peer pressure and the need to be accepted. And so it's important to help teach children how to trust their intuitive self. It's really important.
mhm. Beautifully, yeah.
Yeah.
And, with children, you mentioned, I love this. We've talked about it before, how they're like energy, their light is so pure, right? And they're so more receptive than us. I think we get hardened is the word I'm looking for, or what's the word? Maybe it's not hardened, kind of.
Complacent.
Yeah, we do. And to be more angelic and childlike would be a great way to live for us adults to learn to be a little more like that, right?
Yes, I agree with you. I think that's another part of being sovereign is if you want to go splash in a puddle, splash in a puddle. The more childlike you can be and have that wonder and awe, the more you're able to tap into that heart mind and that your intuitive feelings. So be like the child, because many of us were thrown into mini adults too young. We took on a lot of responsibility at a very young age, and we left part of that wonder and all childhood behind. So no matter what your age is, you can reach up into that and get into curiosity and into creativity. That's what children do. They're curious and they're creating whatever they create. The more we can stay curious and in awe of our amazing world around us, the more we can stay in that higher vibe, which then leads to empowerment and sovereignty.
Oh, beautifully said. Well, in your time here today and all your shows, is there something that you want to really leave off with the viewers about living an empowered life and why we should do it and take the opportunity to do it? I could say because you never know how much life you have left, but really, what type of message of hope do you give to everyone out there today?
That is so true. You never know. In the past 2 weeks, I've attended two celebration of life services for friends who have died suddenly in a way. And one was through a long illness, the other one was very sudden. And it is amazing how you just don't know when it's your time. And so what you want to do is make the most of every minute that you have. And if that doesn't mean that you split about doing everything, that means sometimes that you sit there and just really listen to the birds. Just be present, be you, and enjoy being you. Maybe it's for the first time and celebrate who you are because you're here for a reason. We are all here for a specific reason, even if we don't know it. The more we protect, heal, and empower, the more we can discover what our mission is, what our purpose is. And even if it's baking muffins and doing it with pure intent and you're filling those muffins with love, that could be what your mission is. It doesn't have to be something grand and grandiose. It's about being present and doing whatever you're doing every segment of every day with intention of being the best you can be.
Yeah. Well, what's next for you in the future? Are we writing any more books? Are we what's happening for you?
I am in the middle of doing some training, so I love to teach. My next Lightworker Empowerment training will be in October, and I encourage everybody to take that because it's a whole 8-week class on protection. And please follow me. I have podcast Inspiring Hope. Look for the podcast. I will continue to do podcasts with my team. You've met a couple of my team, and we'll continue to do different types of inspiring, hopeful messages. So if any of you out there have a topic that you'd like us to explore, please send me an email on info@loishermann.com. And you can find us there at loishermann.com. There's so much there.
Well, we still have more time. I don't want to cut you short. We got 5 more
That's
minutes. We are on a roll, but we also have more time. So is there anything else that you think you want to share? Yeah, since it is our last time.
And sometimes it's about discovering who you are, and it's okay to be you. And that's one of the things, especially around family, because family oftentimes will want to put you in a box. You've got this role, and in order to stand clearly in your own sovereign soul, you sometimes have to break out of that box and say, well, that's just, you know what, I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm doing things differently. So let's just do it this way. And give yourself permission to be different and to be who you choose to be, because you're making every choice in every day. So sometimes it means turning off the news, turning off the social media, turning off expectations from other people, and just think about what it is that you wish to do with your gifts and talents, because everybody has unique gifts, skills, and talents. Hone them. Allow yourself to be the best at whatever it is that you love to do. Think about when you were a child. What did you love to do as a child, Jill?
I like playing with Barbie dolls, and I like being outside in my backyard on my bike and on my rope swing. I had a swing,
Ooh,
yeah, on the back of a tree, like a rope, and I put a stick on it, and I used to swing around it. Like, those are the good days. I love great memories. I haven't thought about those in a while. And then my mom cut the tree down, and I was crying, but that's a whole nother
oh,
traumatic experience. I get it. Now I get it as an adult who has a home, and it's like you don't want those leaves around all the time. It's a lot of work, but it was my favorite tree, Mom. But you'll get over it. But simple things like that is what you remember, right?
maybe do you have a rope swing for yourself and your boys?
No, I don't have any trees in my yard. Well, I do, but off
Oh,
the property. Yeah, I don't. I'm just like my mother. I don't like the leaves and the cleanup. So now I
oh,
know why she, yeah,
but you know what's a fun thing is get a blower, a leaf blower.
have that.
Those are all kinds of fun. Have you ever done a leaf blower? It's so much
Yes,
fun.
yes, I have that. Oh yeah, we have two.
There you go.
All the
Yeah.
leaves from the surrounding areas come in for sure.
Yeah. So teach your boys how to do that. They can have leaf blower fights.
Yeah, I'm teaching them how to make
Really?
the bed right now, and or the
Yeah.
couch right because they're still on the couch and all the pillows and all that. But yeah, I mean, there's something to be said. I mean, just for life in general, we've had so many conversations about this, and it's like everyone has the right to shine in a sense, right? As you say, and be who you are. We're all created. We're all amazing, beautiful souls. So each and every one of us has valuable gifts that may be different from someone else's. And there's days you may be feeling down and depressed that you don't have this, you don't have that. And it's just, it's a hard, but we all have something, and it's the beauty about this. But I know a lot of us can feel down if we weigh on what we don't have sometimes. We really should start empowering the gifts that we do have.
Absolutely. Take inventory on what you do have and then say thank you, thank you, thank you. And one of my favorite techniques is to say thank you for the best thing that happened as you're drifting off to sleep. Instead of ruminating over the woulda, shoulda, couldas, or oh, I can't believe I said that or I did this. If you lay there and you think of what was the best thing that happened, you have to go through all the good things. And it's amazing how many good things happen in a day.
Yeah.
And then say thank you for the best thing that happened. So you're
Yeah.
thanking your wise mind, your higher self. And then what that does is it establishes a pattern of gratitude that will then empower more of the same.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And also, hopefully, I know you say today's our last show, but we'll say till next time. We won't say till like never. But no,
Exactly.
I hope
Yeah,
to always connect with you, to stay in touch with you, and everything. I think everything in this life, and again, our paths are meant to cross, right? With so many things.
absolutely. Yes. And again, please follow me.
Yep.
on podcast Inspiring Hope. But we're here to make a difference, aren't we, Jill?
And when is the podcast on? When can we
Typically,
tune in?
will post it on Wednesdays. Typically, I
Okay.
post on Wednesdays. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Lois.
Thank
Always a
you.
pleasure. And till next time.
Till next time,
Thank you.
LoisHermann.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Great
Enjoy the rest of your
website.
day. And the summer is
Yes,
here. Puts us in a
it's
better mood, doesn't it?
wonderful. It sure does. Get out there in the sunshine, get some sun on the cheeks.
Thank you.
So,
Enjoy. Bye.
If something we shared resonates with you, I invite you to stay connected. Follow the show, share it with someone who would benefit, and explore more at loishermann.com. Together we clear the storms and shine the light of hope. Until next time, look up, stay positive, and be the light in someone's day.